President William Ruto has scoffed at opposition chief Raila Odinga for opposing a proposal by the executive to increase the statutory monthly deduction to the national pension scheme from 200 shillings to 6% of an individual's monthly pay. According to the president, Odinga was out of touch with the reality and opposing a proposal that has been embraced by the Federation of Kenya Employers and Workers umbrella body body-COTU. And as Francis Gachuri reports, Odinga's call for international investigative agency, the Scotland Yard, to probe cases of extra-judicial killings and police excesses in the country has sparked a reaction from the head of state.
May we now all be upstanding for His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya.
The President used the launch of State of Judiciary and Administration of Justice Annual Report for financial year 2021-2022 to fire back at Azimio la Umoja leader Raila Odinga's opposition to a proposed hike in mandatory monthly contributions by Kenyan workers to the National Social Security Fund, NSSF. The hike, ostensibly to expand the pool of national savings and cut back on external borrowing while managing the debt burden that has hit the 9 trillion shillings mark.
We are between 10 and 12% of GDP in terms of savings. We can scale that up to between 30 and 40% of our GDP. That is the surest foundation of running our development program, not merely thinking that you can go on a borrowing spree. In any case, the money you go to borrow is the savings of others, and you have to pay through the nose if you have to borrow.
That proposal sparking outrage from Odinga and the opposition brigade.
It remains our position that Kenyans cannot afford and should not be asked to pay extra taxes for the order regime to realize the outlandish and unrealistic promises it is pursuing. We will resist any attempt by the government to unilaterally raise taxes to finance corruption.
Already, we have had conversations with the Central Organization of Trade Unions. We have consultations with the Federation of Kenya Employers, and we have all agreed, except the people in the opposition, that it is necessary to increase our contributions on savings from 200 shillings to 6% of our salaries. Our brothers and sisters in the opposition should wake up to this reality and smell the coffee.
The workers' umbrella body COTU has backed the president's proposal on increased deductions to NSSF, terming it long overdue, citing the 200 shillings monthly remittance by workers in Kenya as the lowest in East African region. COTU Secretary General Francis Gachuri tabulating a workers' retirement kitty at 144,000 shillings after 30 years of contribution. The government is also pushing for contributions to the National Health Insurance Fund NHIF at 1.7% for persons earning more than 100,000 shillings per month. The president seeking judiciary's backing in revenue collection.
I want to ask the judiciary to work with us and not to provide any safe haven for the people running away from paying tax. They should not find refuge in the judiciary. They should not find refuge in judicial orders. We want every citizen to carry their portion of the burden of running the affairs of our country.
52 days into his presidency, Ruto has initiated a purge at the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, complete with a change of guard at the helm of the Kiambu Road-based agency after an uproar over activities of a special security unit established by former DCI George Kinoti. The president dismissing Odinga's call for the engagement of Britain-based Scotland Yard to unravel claims of extrajudicial killings levelled against the police.
We do not need the advice from the Scotland Yard to be able to remove and disband the murderous units in our police force. Supporting our professional police force will guarantee the lives of every Kenyan and the security of our property, and we will get rid of the menace of extra-judicial killings.
And we want to advise officers that you shouldn't, under any circumstances, obey unlawful orders. And if you decide to obey them, you are on your own.
The Ruto administration promising to increase the judiciary budget by 3 billion shillings every financial year to fund efforts aimed at boosting the administration of justice. Francis Gachuri, Citizen TV.